For thousands of years, the Greater Bay Area of California was inhabited by more than 40 Native American groups known as the Ohlone. This region was dotted by villages, which often had shellmounds, which were human-made mounds of organic matter constructed over thousands of years with clam, mussel, and oyster shells. Often located along the coast and standing over 30 feet tall, shellmounds were not only used to communicate with other tribes across the bay, but served as important community centers. Shellmounds were places of ceremony, burial, and trade, with archaeologists finding remnants of communal fireplaces, workshops, and homes in the mounds. In 1909, archaeologist Nels Neslon counted 425 shellmounds around the area, which is depicted by this image. However, he suspected that many more once existed. So what happened to these sacred sites? As colonizers arrived to the area in the 1700s and 1800s, the native population was devastated by disease, starvation, and genocide, which was often funded by the U.S. government. The Ohlone were forcibly removed from their villages and traditional lands, and in the late 1800s and early 1900s, settlers began to demolish the shellmounds for development. In the late 1800s, the top of the Emeryville shellmound, which was 3 stories tall and 350 feet in diameter, was sheared off to create a dance pavilion. The base of the shellmound became an amusement park, and decades later, the shellmound was completely leveled off to construct a paint factory on the site. In the early 2000s, the land was again transformed and turned into a shopping center. Many human remains were unearthed during the construction process, but many still lie beneath not only this site, but countless others, including a Burger King in downtown Oakland. UC Berkeley's Phoebe A. Hearst Museum of Anthropology has more than 5,000 sets of human remains from these sites. Fortunately, there are groups out there that are working hard to return these lands to their rightful owners and to bring justice to their ancestors and culture. We are terribly sorry for the Ohlone, as well as all other groups that have been affected by such acts throughout history.